Coach Hal, you had a magnificent young fighter that I had the unfortunate opportunity of running into quite a few times, Fernando Guerrero. I'll tell this quick story about Fernando, then I'll let you take it over. Fernando won the Junior Olympics in Louisiana. And then they disqualified him. Somebody found out that he was
Dominican.
Yeah, it was me.
I was like, hold on, was it you?
It was me. It was me.
Now it comes out. The truth comes out.
It was me.
So Fernando's a Dominican fighter.
Do you know who he beat?
Who did he beat?
He beat Terrell.
He beat Terrell Gosha. Wow.
Yeah.
So Fernando's a fighter from Dominican Republic at that point in time. Didn't have his U.S. Citizenship. And so,
just to be clear.
Yes, sir. Go.
Just to be clear.
Yeah.
The rule book at that time said you did not have to be a citizen. You had to be a resident.
Okay.
But they had a meeting in Colorado like a couple months earlier.
Yeah.
And they changed the rule, and a lot of people didn't get the rule change.
So we're down there in Louisiana for the Junior Olympics, and Guerrero's knocking some guys. I mean,
he was a talent. Really
knocking them in the southpaw, and he was hurting some people. I think it was two things. Him being foreign and also him knocking guys the way that he was. People was like, yo, we not messing with that guy, right? Listen, this is a true story. I don't think you were there. The Junior Olympics commences, and they have the camp down there for a week. Right. And they told him, you can stay down here for the camp, and you can represent your country in the international competition that we're going to do. This dude will be outside running around by himself in 90-degree weather, 100-degree weather by itself, and we would all be watching from the window. Like, man, who gonna have to fight him? Who gonna have to fight him? At that point in time, we were like a one-way class separation, but I remember thinking like this dude was something serious. And then we going to have some amazing fights against one another that I think if people saw, even though they were amateur fights, they definitely could
they were wars.
Pay some admission and you would get your price worth.
Yeah, and people kind of knew when there was a tournament, okay, this is the beginning, but we want to see the end. We want to see those two guys. We want to see Porter. Yeah. Everybody talking about Porter Guerrero. Guerrero.
Buddy.
Dan Campbell used to come over.
Yeah.
Man, this is going to be good at the end. You know?
Yeah.
It was fun. And I was a new coach, still fairly new.
Yeah.
And I thought, you're supposed to train like you're training for a world title. So we were probably training at a much higher level than a lot of people because we didn't know better.
Yeah.
3 rounds. We were training like it was a world championship.
And
Fernando,
it showed.
God bless the kid. He loved to work. He was the first fighter I ever had that I had to pull back training because I was afraid. It was like a racehorse that was going to blow his heart out. He would just keep going and going. I sent him over to Headbangers Gym, and they'd run sprints up and down the hill, and even Barry would say, this kid pushes. He pushes. He loved to train hard.
Yeah. Yep. So real quick, your first impressions when you met me, you met my dad. Of course, we're standing across the ring from one another quite a few times. You know, kind of tell us.
All right, we're being honest here.
Yeah.
I thought you were great.
Be honest and be fast.
I thought you were great. I hated him.
Yeah.
And after I found out that he was the one that got Fernando put out of the tournament because it was the whole rest of the week, I'd go by and I'd just stare at him, and he'd stare at me, and I'm like, ugh. I didn't know what to do. It was a new experience for me. So I called him, cry on his shoulder.
Yeah.
Dude, Barry, you got a ticket to the international. You got a ticket. Quit complaining, man. You're going to the international.
Yeah.
Really? Yeah, man, you got it. Okay. So I came back to Maryland, and Fernando stayed in camp and got to be friends with all you guys and worked hard. And when I went back, it was like he was one of the team.
Yeah.
What was really cool about that, they wrote an article in the paper about the lone Dominican being the fan favorite because everybody got to know him.
Yep.
And when he fought, he was the only kid that everybody was cheering for. The Puerto Ricans, the England team, the American teams. Yeah. So it was pretty cool.
Man, we were all young. We were Americans. We did not understand Fernando Guerrero. He looked black like us. I remember one of the first conversations. Man, why you talk like that? Because he had the accent, you know? Yeah. So I didn't understand a lot that came from him, but definitely understood that he could fight and definitely pulled the best out of me multiple times. And you went on to help pull out the best of me, too.
And like you, just a good person, friendly with a smile.
Yeah.
He loved everybody. But when he got in the ring, he turned it
It was
on.
time to go.
Just like you.
It was time to go.